Hey guys, it's week 33. My update, katiejuly post-op gastric bypass. Trying to remember to say all the things I'm supposed to say at the beginning of my video. 33 weeks ago, which is 7.5 months, blink of an eye, I was 290 pounds. This morning I am 179.4, which is exciting because it means I am in the 170s. I was looking back like 4 weeks ago, so whatever, roughly a month, and I was looking and I have lost 1.2 pounds this month. So in some ways that is devastating. In some ways I'm like, oh, I'm really losing my steam. And then I, was trying to shift my perspective on it, and I was thinking, well, the exciting thing is that I had one of the most stressful weeks I've had at work in the past year. And the other thing is that I went on vacation for an entire week and didn't track food basically the whole month I haven't tracked food. I had ice cream 3 times on vacation, I had candy, whatever, and the whole time I maintained my weight. I mean, a really stressful and then a really indulgent couple of weeks, and I not only maintained my weight, but I lost a little bit of weight. So I've never maintained my weight in my life, and that's really exciting, actually. It's really exciting to think, it balances out, and kind of the last few weeks of being, 60% healthy and on and active and 40% not will average out to something that's really exciting. And I feel like, I don't know, even on vacation where like usually wherever we go on vacation, we are just eating food, like constantly eating food. This time we, we're doing yoga every time, and we went for a bike ride twice. And after one of the bike rides, we did 10.6 miles on a bike ride, Becky and I. And afterwards I was like, do you think I could have done this before? And I had so much fun doing it. And I was like, do you think I could have done this, a year ago? And she was like, I think you could have, but you wouldn't have wanted to. And I think that's the big difference, is now, the same days that I'm, whatever, eating ice cream because we're on vacation and we're in Cape Cod and every little town has an ice cream place. I was getting 1 scoop of ice cream and really loving it, but then also doing yoga and playing tennis and biking and just the whole thing, totally more active. The other thing I was thinking about is that I know I say this all the time, and I don't mean to be conceited because I know I'm still overweight and I still have weight to lose, but I do feel like I'm also really happy where I am. Now especially being in the 170s it's exciting. I'm still a size 14. I can wear a size 12. I have one pair of 12s that I wear sometimes. And I think if I go shopping, I'm going to get more 12s. Like, I need to maybe feel some of that tightness around my waist again to motivate me. And so it's weird to be in the 170s and still a 14. I feel like maybe I should be a smaller size. I don't know. You guys saw me in my bathing suit. I'm small in the legs and then big in the belly. But, I hear some people in videos say, I didn't have weight loss surgery to be 180 pounds, or I didn't have weight loss surgery to be 190 pounds, sort of trying to spur themselves to keep going. But when I think about it, I did have weight loss surgery to be 190 pounds. When I had to fill out the survey in my surgeon's office about what would be my goal weight, I put 190. And now, obviously, I want to keep getting smaller, and I want to keep getting healthier, and I want to be a healthy weight, which for me is like 154, 148, depending on what chart I look at. But I know I don't have like the crazy fire in me to be like super dieting, because I'm happy. I'm happy where I am right now. So it's a balancing act. It's all about a balancing act. But that's kind of all my numbers. The only other weird thing that is WLS super related, I'm going to get really close. Can you guys see this? So let's see. Look at these little baby hairs. I feel like they're not doing what I want them to do now. Look at them. Let's see. When I go like this, it's not crazy, but I have like these tiny little bangs, which is just my hair that fell out coming back in. But it's really funny because sometimes in the mirror I'll look and I'm like, it looks like it kind of has like a cowlick, but it's like a tiny little bang cowlick. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys because I'm crazy. So this is Wired Magazine. And this is their latest issue, and they did one all about like tracking your data and mainly around health. And so it has, I mean, it's a really big package. It's a great magazine. I love it. It's not the magazine I work for, but I love it. But they have, you know, some really cool stuff on, like, different exercise gear and, like, nutrition gear and weight loss gear and whatever. But there was an article about, you know, the Nike Plus and the iPod and tracking data and all that. And there's just 2 paragraphs that I wanted to read. I hope you guys don't think I'm too crazy for wanting to read this. But I read this, and for me, it was like, ah. So it says, in the mid-1920s at Western Electric's manufacturing plant in Cicero, Illinois, the management began an experiment. The lighting in an area occupied by one set of workers was increased so there was better illumination to help them see the telephone relays they were building. Perhaps not surprisingly, workers who had more light were able to assemble rays faster. Other changes were then made. Employees were given rest breaks, their productivity increased. They were allowed to work shorter hours. Again, they were more efficient during those hours. But then something weird happened. The lighting was cut back to normal, and productivity still went up. In fact, just about every change the company made had only one effect: increased worker productivity. After months of tinkering, the work conditions were returned to the original state, and workers built more relays than they did in the exact same circumstances at the start of the experiment. What was happening? Why was it that no matter what the Hawthorne plant managers did, the workers just performed better? Researchers puzzled over the results, and some still doubt the details of the experiment's protocols. But the study gave rise to what's known in sociology as the Hawthorne effect. The gist of the idea is that people change their behavior, often for the better, when they are being observed, which is why it's sometimes called the observer effect. Those workers at Western Electric didn't build more relays because there was more or less light, or because they had more or fewer breaks. The Hawthorne effect posits that they built more relays simply because they knew someone was keeping track of how many relays they built. I mean, I know this is really dorky to get excited about it, but I was like, that is YouTube for me. And it's this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's making relays and having crazy different conditions, and sometimes a really good week and sometimes a bad week, and trying harder to be healthy and trying harder to be good to myself, because I know that I'm making this video every week, and I know that I want to be able to come and say, here's where I handled stress well, or here's, you know, what I'm doing right, even if in the huge big picture there are other things I'm not doing as right. And the other thing, I mean, I think that's a huge part of it, but the other thing definitely is tracking my food. And I know the last 4 weeks I took a total break from tracking, and there was even a moment where I was like, this is going to be great, I'm going to eat intuitively, and I just think I am not ready. Like, I'm just not ready for it. And I feel like the moment for me of knowing I'm not ready for it is my morning shakes that I have every day. I, you know, pour in a quarter cup of sugar-free half and half, which is 60 calories, I think. And I'm like, oh, 60 calories, but it's worth it. It's so delicious. It makes the shakes way better. It makes me really look forward to them. And then a few days into my experiment of not tracking, I was like, well, I don't really have to measure because I'm not going to type in how much I had anyway. So I can just, like, estimate. And I mean, already it's like, danger, danger, because 3 weeks later I'm just like, oh, I'm grazing, you know, whatever. Not that it's like I've been horrible, but I just feel like the last 3 days I pulled back out my iPhone and, like, started tracking again with the Lose It and just entering in that half and half in the morning, you know, those little things of like, oh, I don't want to, like, have to type in a handful of chips. I'm not going to eat it. That's my Hawthorne effect, knowing that even with that where it's like I'm just observing myself at the end of the week and, like, really looking at it makes me want to try harder, not enter in all that crap. So work continues to be insanely stressful. Part of it is, you know, the work that I had to do the week of my vacation kind of got half of it shoved the week before and half of it shoved the week after. So going into this week, I kind of know it's going to be a repeat of the week before my vacation when I kind of disappeared and went crazy and was gobbling up cookies and didn't make it to the gym. I did go to the gym on Sunday. It was really hard to get back into the groove of running. That's the only thing I have to say. I kind of fell off of Couch to 5K because of work, and then being on vacation, I tried running outside, and getting back on that treadmill, man, it was rough. It was really rough stuff. But I'm going to try to go again at least once more this week. That's my goal for myself, and track every day. So I can do 2 things. I can keep coming back to you guys. I think I'll be okay and not be all over the place. So I hope you guys are having a really good week. I am watching videos. My computer's being weird with commenting, so sometimes it'll say my comment posted, and then I go back and it's not there, or it'll post twice. So I'm really sorry if I seem like I'm double posting. I'm not trying to. Just trying to watch everyone's videos and comment. But I hope you guys are having a really good week, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.